Time to get ready for the Larry and Needles Show.
Hey everybody, how's it going out there in computer land? I'm Larry.
I'm Needles.
And I'm Bobby Bronco.
Special guest today,
Yeah.
Steamboat,
Catachronic.
artist formerly known as Tugboat.
Tugboat, Steamboat, Bobby Bronco, all in one.
How was Thanksgiving?
We had a good Thanksgiving. How about you guys?
It was okay.
Yeah, that was good.
I was messed up from about 7 to about 7.
Oh yeah, because it's probably the most exercise you've gotten in a long time.
Yeah, playing the turkey bowl was
Little grab ass with the kids, right?
It's fun. We played Uno.
You played Uno?
Yeah.
It's a real white trash game.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, there's nothing better than Uno. I mean, fuck, man. It's great that we
official beer sponsor.
Well, did you hear that they were trying to change? They want to change Thanksgiving, the title of it to what is that? I forgot about it.
National Day Off Day.
Or no, something like national, like that whole woke shit where they're trying to take over because we took land from the Indians.
Transgiving.
Well,
Transgiving, yeah.
Transgiving. Hey,
you get a free surgery and you get a free surgery.
Here, free genital mutation
Yeah, you can have
for
it,
everybody.
How about this? We'll take a dick and we'll put it on your elbow. Is that where you want it? You can fucking do whatever you want now.
You can put it right on your forehead.
Yeah, no, I mean, shit. Everybody will know now. We know your pronouns then, definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's funny that everybody's, we took all the woke thing is just trying to take over everything. Like, you can't fucking say this, you can't say that.
No.
Like, Thanksgiving, we're culturally appropriated because we took it from the Indians, even though...
We slaughtered the Indians.
Well,
and
I don't
took
know
their
about
land.
that. They were slaughtering themselves before we came around. We just
That's
wanted their
it.
land. But, I mean, even though people were still taking their land before, they kind of had an agreement, shall I say.
So
Once we introduced weaponry to those savages, oh my
Booze.
god!
Once we introduced booze to them,
That's
they were
it.
done.
Oh,
we
yeah.
needed some
That
booze.
was it.
There's this fucking look at that. There's a bean in there.
Man, I'm gonna have to complain.
Holy crap! I apologize.
I got this from
fucking
Joey.
Steamboat, man.
I don't know
You
what
got the full
fuck.
brunt of that one too.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's nasty.
I don't know what the hell.
So Thanksgiving, it's just another
Nobody
fucking
killed
day.
anybody.
Oh, I mean, we don't know. We didn't look at the stats in Chicago. They probably killed somebody. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
I'm
Did you see in
sure.
Chicago those guys went on a crime spree, and there was in 3 hours there were 2 or 3 hours there were like 12 strong arm robberies,
Nice.
and
That's
We
what I
gotta
call.
get turkey money.
they I think it's for more like Air
Christmas,
Jordans
yeah, right.
or more bullets.
Hey, I got these Jordans for Thanksgiving.
Turkey Jordans.
Air turkeys.
But so what happened was they were playing it on the police scanner that these guys were committing these crimes, and they told them to back off because they got into a high speed chase with them, and they were like, let them go, and then they committed more violence.
Yeah.
And they bumped around from the city. They went to the west side. They went to the Loop. They were all over the fucking place.
Chicago style.
Sure, they were off. Well, they don't work, but
Yeah, they were off
I was
work.
gonna
Right.
say they were off work.
Well, it was a holiday, so I
Oh.
mean, why not?
We got to get paid double time. Steal 2 pairs of shoes for
That's
me.
right. Speaking of work, Bobby, he sells pipe and shit.
I sell stuff to the
Bobby
shed,
lays pipe,
shed
smokes pipe.
aquarium downtown.
Hits people with pipe, all that shit.
Robs people with bikes.
Yeah,
Anyways,
touches pipe.
why don't you tell the story about Danny DeVito, Bobby?
That's right. I can do that.
Okay.
So many things go on there. And everybody there is really cool that I deal with. I don't really have any problems usually. But they needed these special valves for a special project. We're going to
The reconfiguring shit.
reroute this.
Yeah, they're just doing a bunch of bullshit.
And,
Upgrades and shit.
So I ship things there all the time, and these were real special. So I shipped them there, and a couple days later, one of the head life support guys calls me and is like, "Hey man, we didn't we never got those pieces, and we really got to do this. We got animals sitting here waiting.
Animals are getting ready to die.
Animals are in a special quarantine thing. And I said, yeah, I shipped it. So, let me do like a UPS tracker. I'll track it on UPS and stuff. So get on a computer and I'm tracking this and I get the tracker and I'm like, oh, okay, I see a sign, and UPS says, okay, it was signed for on this day by DeVito. By a DeVito. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I call him, hey, got good news. Yeah, it was really good. We got stuff there. One of your guys signed for it. Oh, well, who signed for it? Somebody by the name of DeVito. Danny DeVito. How do you like that? Danny DeVito sign. Yeah, Danny DeVito. D. DeVito. Okay.
So now they got to search for fucking Danny DeVito.
So now my guy goes through the whole directory of everybody that's worked there. Calls me up a day or two later. He's like, man, we still haven't found those things. We got to get these fish out of quarantine. There's nobody here by the name of Danny DeVito. And I'm like, DeVito? What? Okay.
He's checking the penguin cage?
I'll go. Yeah, right. I'll come down there. And you and I will look the building. Because I know what the box looked like and everything. Okay, great. Hold on, let me...
So now the fucking parts
now we're
are
waiting.
MIA.
The parts are waiting. And
Danny
stuff,
DeVito
and
signed for him. He's MIA.
We can't find any DeVitos there. We're thinking, what's close to that name? Dorito, DeVito,
You go right to food, don't
Don
ya?
Corleone. Maybe it was in Al Capone's vault. We don't really know.
Geraldo will find it for you then.
I'm down there looking. I spent a whole day looking. And finally, we make our way down to the shipping guy. We're like, hey, you do the shipping.
Give it the pop.
That's okay. And we're like, hey, we're trying to find this package. And, the guy's real comical there at the shed. Yeah,
Oh boy.
I
Real Chicago guy.
Yeah, we get in lots of packages here. I was just down at the Jewels, and the Jewels has as many packages as we do for crying out loud. So we're talking.
This guy sounds like he's got old style.
Oh, he's out there. He's definitely out there. And so I'm like, yeah, we can't find this box. It's a blue box. It's blue box. Yeah, that sounds familiar. He's like. A blue box, yeah, I don't know. Like the black box in an airplane? We're like, no,
Jesus,
man. It was,
man. This guy's got to lay off the PCP. What the fuck?
I think he was on tick.
Ooh,
But,
even better.
Yeah, or what's that other shit? I can't remember.
So
anyways, I go, here's a copy of the POD. It was signed for by a guy named DeVito, Danny DeVito. And he goes, oh, yeah. Danny DeVito, yeah, that's me.
Oh,
and I'm
get
like,
outta
wait
here.
a minute, your name's not Danny DeVito. It's like Mark Schmidt. Or so, yeah, but, I kind of look like Danny DeVito, so I'll sign the package as Danny DeVito.
Really?
It's a little joke I have with UPS.
This fucking guy.
And my guy,
That's breaking the law. That's a federal offense.
And my guy's like, it's not a joke with me.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know about it. He gets really mad. I don't know you say DeVito. Why would you sign your name
Did you pick
Danny
him up?
DeVito?
And was he a little guy?
And he was. This other guy was about ready to kill him.
Yeah, a little
So
fucking
tell about-
spunky Napoleon.
About
Tell
ready
me
to
about
kill
how
him. But
these
yeah,
guys
Danny
like to-
DeVito had the package.
How they like to eat the styrofoam.
So wait. Did they fucking?
Yeah,
you
they-
found the package then?
Yeah.
Oh, I know where that is. He goes and he gets it and everything.
This
Yeah.
fucking
You
guy
finally
is just
find
signing
it.
his name
Oh,
like
he's crazy.
Right.
The fucking Danny
Because
because
he
looks
thought
like
he looks like Danny DeVito and somebody called him that.
What
So
a
every now and then he
psychopath,
signs his
man.
name
Like, who
Danny,
does that?
Danny DeVito.
and then
guy
doesn't say
on-
nothing.
on
So
the
this is
package.
this guy's been signing.
Also,
package.
Yeah,
we
tell
go
me
in
about
there and
the-
he's got these helpers and stuff.
Oh boy.
And
As
not
retarded
I'm
as
not
he
making
is. I was
this
gonna say,
not
touched by
making this
God.
light, but they're handicapped individuals, and I'm
As they
sitting
would
there
say,
waiting one day.
God
Bless their
kiss,
little
God
hearts.
kisses all over them.
bless their little handicapped hearts. No, they're really
But you
cool.
watch out, one of them's a biter.
Yeah. So, and I'm hanging in there, and this guy, this young one comes in, and he looks around the room. He's like looking around, and the Danny DeVito guy is not there right now. I'm waiting for him, and this kid goes right into like that. It's not styrofoam. It's like a cornmeal
Packing
popcorn
material.
for packing,
Cornmeal.
shipping and packing. Yeah, like little. It looks like little
Styrofoam.
Cheeto puffs.
Oh yeah,
Only
yeah.
they're like biodegradable. It's
Ah.
and he goes in there and he starts eating them
in front of you.
in front of me. And he turns around and he looks at me. He goes, you know, you can eat these.
Oh man!
And then finally,
did you clutch your pearls?
You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know if you. And then right as I'm doing that,
I mean, that sounds like retard candy right there.
Well,
it kind of
listen.
was. So he's eating it. Yeah, you know, you can eat these, and he's being real
Like, no, you
secretive
can't.
about it. In busts Danny DeVito.
Oh man!
What are you doing with? I told you not to eat those. Those aren't good for you.
So this is an ongoing thing.
It's like an ongoing thing. He had to shag the kid out of there because he snuck in and he was eating
Think
these
I get like a
things.
cattle prod? Get him
Oh,
away from
you
the-
should-
Dude.
I told you.
Yeah,
not
so,
to-
so then what do they do? So now this Danny DeVito fella, that's not even his real name,
No.
has got to watch out for the retards
Right.
eating popcorn. That's not popcorn.
He's got to keep
And
the
he's
riff
just signing. I mean, this place sounds like Thunderdome, man.
Great.
Jesus.
It's always
Crazy.
An interesting.
You got
always
one
an
guy who's
interesting
pretending to be
time.
Danny DeVito. Another guy, probably he's having like a handicap fight club down there. I'll hit
What's
that.
fucking crazy he wants?
One
Yeah.
time, me and this guy Bob,
Retarded fight club.
we'll say Bob C.
Bob C.
and I are working in the Penguin, like paddock, in where they have
Like
all
real
of them, and there's-
penguins, like-
yeah, then they have this.
It's at the
King
shed-
penguins?
At the shed aquarium.
Or the regular ones?
all the regular penguins,
All kinds of penguins.
But at this point,
tuxedo ones.
At this point
Yeah.
in time, they opposed to the herringbone ones.
The herringbone ones.
the
I
ones
don't
that
know.
were the herringbone
The ones that were the
suits.
herringbone suits,
Oh.
the tuxedos.
Oh,
opposed
man.
I
to
think
those.
I thought you meant they had
Those
I thought you
penguins.
meant they had
The
extra
Hamas
bone in their
penguins.
foot.
So here, yeah, so we're there, and we got there's like a sump, you know, where the water goes. They wash stuff down, the water goes,
Yeah,
and the pump
clean the
went on
cages
it.
and shit.
Yeah, I got to get the information for the pump because they just bought the pump, so it's like 2 months old and it's failing. And we got to
Fucking
figure
thing.
out why it's failing. So manufacturer goes, you got to get the serial number off the pump. Okay, so then we
It's
got
in
to
a
go.
fucking
It's in
penguin
a
cage.
pit. So either we got to drain the pit, shut the, or he could shine the light in there
try
and kind of
and-
lift it up until where he could see the
like a
tag
big sump pump.
of the serial number.
Okay,
of the
yeah,
pump.
all right.
So he's like, here, I'm gonna get in here,
Oh, fuck
and
that.
I'm gonna get this serial number. I'll read it off to you. You write it down. But while you're there, just look at the sump. Don't look at the penguins.
Don't make
eye contact with them or anything. Just keep looking away. And there's like one girl, like 22-year-old girl in there, and she's got like 16, 18 penguins, and she's kind of keeping them, corralled at bay.
Yeah, you
and
just turn
and we're
around, they're all
doing it,
gangbanging
and I'm
her.
sitting there, and he's like, okay, it's like a 20-digit number. Here you go, 1Z522, and I'm right, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck? Somebody's staring at me. And I turn around, and this one kind of crept forward on the side,
He's
kind of
flanking you.
past the trainer, and he's looking at me. And sure enough, I turned around,
And
I look right into the eyes of this thing, and he starts growling. Because penguins don't go like, chirp, chirp, and look. They're like,
Yeah, they're fucking
they sound like raccoons.
Wow.
They got a deep
like Donnie
squawk. They're
Epworth.
not like,
Yeah, a lot like him.
they're not like cheap. They're like,
No, there's some.
Yeah, they're wild fucking animals.
And,
Fucking
he's,
birds.
and he
And
takes
they're
a
huge.
couple steps,
Oh boy.
and then 2 or 3 more take a couple steps,
Oh.
and then
Gang
the
violence.
whole kind of crowd is kind of morphing,
Shifting towards-
and all of a sudden the trainer goes, "Okay, you guys got to leave."
Oh man.
And he goes, "You looked at it, didn't you? You looked at him, didn't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did. I couldn't help it. I know
it's
this
the
one was something. I had to look over my shoulder. I get that weird, like in the Three Stooges when the guy puts his thing on.
Yeah, but
Thanks, Mo.
It's not like you fucking hang around penguins every day. You know
No,
what I mean?
know.
So-
You want to look at them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
you're like interested.
But if you feel something behind you, what's your first instinct to do? The one thing he told you not to do is
Look,
fucking look
I know.
dead eye
One
too.
thing, just don't make eye
Man,
contact.
what a great story story that would have been, because you have good animal stories. You got bit by a dog. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, I
but
got bit
imagine
by a
fucking
dog.
Steamboat getting attacked by a gang of penguins.
You want to hear
Have
this?
like little
We'll talk about that
beak
story
marks.
in a minute.
Beak marks all
how,
over me.
How fucking big were the penguins?
They're about this. They're about
Like 3 foot tall?
2.5 to 3 feet tall. So they're a lot bigger
that.
in person than you would think.
And you're a big dude.
And it's not like it's a tiny little bird. It's like
They'll
probably
fuck you
like
up.
a 10-pound bird. It's
Yeah, but you
pretty
see them on
big.
TV,
They
so
weigh
you don't
10
really...
pounds?
I don't know.
I
Something.
bet
It's
you
heavy.
they weigh bigger than 20 pounds.
Yeah, all
maybe.
fat and shit, right?
Considering my fucking cat weighs
It's
20
not.
pounds.
It's not like the kind of bird that like a robin. or
Right.
something.
No,
It's
not
more
at
like
all,
A,
but
a
at the same
seal,
fucking time-
a seal and a bird.
Yeah.
But it's like there's
It's
not
like
that
a
many
seal
animals
bird.
that you look in the right dead in the eyes and they fucking start getting angry with you. Yeah.
The craziest
Brought to you
was
by-
when I fucking
Hey,
made
man.
eye contact with
Pal,
that eagle and he didn't fucking move and he
Oh,
flew
in Colorado,
at me.
that-
Yeah, and I was like, motherfucker. He was big, and but I would be afraid of a gang of penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
A
I
gang
wouldn't
of
fuck-
anything I'll be afraid
Yeah, I
of.
wouldn't fuck around with penguins
Yeah,
like
penguins
that.
don't seem they're
So
too
here's what
tolerable.
Anforth was telling me today. Listen to this fucking fucked up story.
You should
Nah.
have the Anforth Chronicles.
This
like
is
a little
this is
sign.
fucking this is a fucking sane. I don't know if he's hallucinated this or if
Probably.
he's,
I'll bet 99%.
Larry, you ain't gonna fucking believe
Yeah,
this.
I
You
bet all
ain't
the
gonna
tea in
believe
China
this.
that guy don't fucking...
Okay, the scientist and his wife, they believed that they could speak to dolphins. This is the penguins are what remind
Right,
me.
okay.
Did he watch the... I think he watched... There's a document... Okay, keep going. Sorry.
I don't know. Well, anyways, this guy flooded his whole house with ocean
This is a
water.
documentary.
And he let in these dolphins to swim around freely through his house. So this guy took a lot of LSD and shit all the time, and he was all whacked out on acid. And so
I don't know how true Anforth's Don
wife-
Anforth's story is, though.
the
Like,
wife was trying to teach the penguins to...
penguins?
I mean,
Or dolphins.
the dolphins...
Jeez, this is your credibility. This is like
The wife
stoner
was trying-
telephone. That's what this is
The
like.
wife was trying to teach the dolphins how to speak, and they were believing that they were getting somewhere. But the dolphins were getting distracted because they were horny and they would get erections. So to like calm the dolphins down, the lady would fucking jack
yeah,
the
she would
dolphins
jerk them off.
Really?
Dude,
You
dolphins
you
are the
heard this?
rapists of the sea, man.
So-
they will rape humans.
And I'm like,
So
well,
you
I don't know.
flooded your house. with
Yes.
rice.
So I don't, and I'm
Sometimes
like,
that's the
well,
only tune I got in my house.
It's not the worst Wednesday night I've had.
I'm like, I don't know if they taught the dolphins how to talk or anything, but the dolphins sure figured out how to get that lady to jack them off.
Yeah, they're not that fucking. I mean,
They're not that dumb.
Dolphins are smarter than humans, dude. I
They're
don't.
pointing with their
Down
fin.
flipper.
This is. I mean, it's kind of. Well, they have to roll over first. I mean, I don't know. This lady might have been a gentle lover. It sounds
So
like.
it sounds like
Or
a
an
weird
aggressive one.
fucking
You never know. They might
family
like
to
that
me.
thing, the
So
dolphins.
weird. So you're saying that a guy who flooded his house and let dolphins swim is weird.
So you're saying that you heard of this, and Mark
Yes.
might be fucking telling the truth.
Yeah, but it sounds like he doesn't. I mean, you know what? We should pretend that he didn't. That he doesn't know what it is, and then just fuck with him.
Well, you
that's
never
a lot
heard of
funnier.
dolphinism? Or
I mean, because
something?
he
Come up
doesn't
with
have the
some word.
wherewithal to fucking type it in and to check it.
Yeah.
I wonder, but I mean, this is funny. He just thought he was in a dream, and he
No, maybe he was telling me he watched a documentary.
yeah,
I don't
think
know
he
what
watched,
he was
watched
saying.
the lady.
Because I mean, if
But he
him
was
coming
talking
up,
about this lady beating off dolphins, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? It sounds too fucking crazy."
it sounds. I mean, but nowadays
people are fucking sick.
it's not. I mean, but this was. I think this is a long time. It wasn't. It was a while ago.
Back in the
It's been
'60s
recent.
when it was legal to fuck
Well,
dolphins.
first of all, where the fuck do you get
Jerk
dolphins?
dolphins off.
Like, where do you just get dolphins from?
I don't know.
And
I
if you
guess
put him
he
in
lived
captivity-
close to the sea and just let the water go into his house. I don't know how he did it.
Well, yeah, because think about that's a logistics nightmare. You
Yeah.
get fucking dolphins there, then you got
It couldn't possibly.
Water.
salt water, right?
It couldn't
Some of them
possibly.
are freshwater,
Just the
saltwater dolphins.
shit that. I
And you
mean, what
gotta
did he
feed
do?
'em?
Empty his whole house out?
Yeah.
Do dolphins
Got to
drink?
put
everything.
pumps in and shit.
What's
and
the
fucking
porpoise?
circulate the water.
What's the porpoise
What's
doing
the
there?
purpose of doing all of that?
Man, Bobby, you have no sideburns. That's very weird.
I was never a sideburn person.
You ever notice that? Never
Neither was
trust
my
a guy-
dad.
You know what? I don't
No,
either.
my
I don't
dad
think.
didn't. It's the World War II cut.
This idiot doesn't think he has sideburns.
Do I?
You hear that?
He does.
I know.
Look at
He's,
him. They're
this
like
guy's
this
the
long.
man.
I don't know.
You've been smoking kisses from God. That's what you've been smoking. Jeez, but never trust
You
a
know,
man
we
with no
should-
sideburns.
You should really come up with a strain called Kisses from
I never fucking said I
It
trusted
just gets you
this
retarded when you
motherfucker.
smoke it. Start eating styrofoam.
So I got two different.
I wonder. Wait a
fucking-
second. I wonder how those things, since they were biodegradable, how I would. Man, this guy had to shit like it was nobody's business. He's eating styrofoam. The special
Oh,
dude.
this poor kid. Yeah.
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 Your body can't process that. I'm
But,
surprised you didn't
you
have to go
know,
to the hospital to get his stomach pumped.
That's why the other guy-
Seriously.
Hey, they could have shipped him anywhere in the United States, and he would have been fine.
You'd think they would have
That's
put like
why
a cover
Danny
over him or
DeVito-
something because special sticky fingers over there likes to eat this shit.
Or like apple bitter, like they do for
Danny-
dog. Ew, I
yeah,
don't
or
know.
so they put hot sauce on your
Well,
fingers
we
when
used
you
to
bite your
have-
nails.
My dad used to have this shit when we were kids called Bitex, and my brother used to bite his nails, and it was like this clear nail polish. It didn't look like anything, but if you bit your nails, it tasted so fucking
Yeah,
bad.
that's another
Bite
no
X,
shirt
it was
Nick
called.
origin story.
Yeah.
No shit.
He
Put
needed
clear
a-
nail
he
polish
needed-
on him.
He needed something on there to make him stop biting his nails.
And
'cause
that
he
really
just
worked,
couldn't-
I'm sure, but
no,
poor-
it did, because man, dude, that shit was fucking. I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
horrible.
really
that's out
probably
of that's out of
tasted bad.
necessity though.
Yeah.
You're not going to keep biting them because you know. But I mean, at the same time, as soon as you take that shit off, he probably bit his tips off.
Well, I think it cured him of it. He doesn't bite his nails anymore, and he used to bite him down to
Or
nothing.
any less.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's a fucking nasty habit. I mean, I've had a lot of bad habits, and that was one of the nastiest.
Me
Especially because
too.
you're touching shit all day. Fucking, ugh.
All right, so what do you guys
Nothing-
want to get into? We could do fortune cookie 500,
Oh, fortune cookie.
or we could do Larry's autistic corner, where I show some old shit,
Okay,
or we can get into a story that I have.
let's get into a story first
Okay.
because we're so early into this.
All right.
You're gonna talk on my
In
chocolate
1836.
salty balls. Put 'em in your
1830.
mouth.
What was going on in 1836?
Well,
first
I'll
of
tell
all?
you what was going on.
Kind of
boy.
paint the
There
picture.
was this
doesn't know how to do
nun
that.
called Maria Monk, and she lived at the Du Nunnery of Montreal, Hotel Du, and what happened is she would get raped and sodomized.
Jesus, Larry.
By who? Like by citizens or
mean,
by
can
the
you at
clergy?
Can you
or
at least
something
put a
like
lube
that?
on it first?
The
Well, hold on.
first night they get raped by the clergy,
Yeah.
and then after that,
Monday
Another
nights.
feel-good story from Larry.
Mondays they get fucked by the head priest, and then
mean-
Mother Superior teaches them about dykeism on Tuesdays.
Tychism. Is that the actual term?
And then fucking what would happen was, and this is insane, man.
Oh, that's insane.
Rich
This is-
people that were seeking the illicit thrill of illicit sex with a hot-looking young nun that didn't want to fuck were paying $500 to the priests.
In those
In
days.
In those-
1836?
yes, in the
Like $1
1830s,
million.
they were paying.
$1 million.
I
Yeah,
know.
right, yeah.
They were paying up to $500. The priests would pimp these nuns out, man. They had an underground tunnel system going from the fucking priest's house
Oh yeah. Okay.
to the nunnery, and they would fuck these nuns on the regular, and it was really, really fucking bad, man.
I want to make so many jokes, but it's just such a
Yeah, I
horrible
was thinking,
story,
man,
Larry.
man, those priests got to buy a lot of candy bars though for the little boys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they need
They're
that
like,
money.
hey, were you over there in the nunnery? None of your business.
None of your business.
Yeah, yeah. And so it was weird because back
Oh,
then
that was weird,
The
right?
rich families,
Uh-huh.
the priests would seek out these people that had hot looking daughters and tell the rich families, you'll have a lot better chance of your family.
Yeah, we
getting
talked
in
about
heaven.
this. Yeah, we
or
were-
getting
You get more sway in the.
Yeah.
You get more
Wow.
sway in the
Hand over
church.
your daughter, and we'll
Yeah.
be good to her.
get a better seat. in
And,
heaven.
and once they're in, they can never get out. It's like they are in, they are fucking trapped. It's
It's like the
they're in
fucking
prison.
Mexican mafia.
It's fucked up, man. And one of the things that's fucked up is
I love how they just one other thing.
they took this one girl,
Yeah.
okay? Mm-hmm. The Saint Francis. She didn't really do anything. What she did was said something to another nun like, this kind of fucking blows.
Yeah,
And
right.
the nun
Just,
went and fucking
told
turned her
on
in.
her.
Well, yeah, they probably ruled with an iron
Well,
fist.
listen what they did. The
And a
bishops
switch.
told her, told
fisted,
this girl,
too.
Maria Monk, was in with the
Yeah.
gang.
Maria
that they
Monk?
Said, yeah,
That was
that's
her
the
name?
girl that wrote this book. Yeah.
Maria Monk, the irony.
Yeah. Well, anyways, they said grab St. Francis, drag her upstairs. They bring her up to this room. St. Francis was hot,
I have a
20-year-old,
feeling this isn't going to end well.
blonde, very fair complexion. They drag her into this room for questioning, quote unquote, because they overheard her say something. They didn't even let her speak, and the bishop was like, "Enough with this bullshit. Finish her." So then they take this girl.
This isn't really a story. This is a book you read.
Yeah.
So this is Larry's book report,
This
basically.
is what, yeah. And so they take this girl, and they take her, and they fucking put a fucking gag in her mouth, tighten it real tight from behind her head, so her jaws open.
You're
to
going
the
to give
max.
Steamboat a boner. Watch out.
Tie her
Yeah, this is
fucking
another
arm.
Wednesday
They
night.
tie her ankles and wrists to the bedpost, and then they slap another fucking mattress on top of her. Then they start jumping on the bed. I mean, they're jumping down with their knees, and they're fucking trying to mutilate this bitch and
Well,
crush
mutilate,
her.
not mutilate. They're trying to crush her.
But they
Without
crushed her,
bruising.
and they do it for about 20 minutes.
Dude, that
and-
is
until she's dead. Then they
it's
take
archaic.
Yeah,
that
then
is
they
like
take her.
I've never heard of that before. Being
Me either.
Like done to that
and this
extent.
is what they did all the time in this Catholic.
Unwillingly.
These
Yeah,
these Catholic
but I mean-
priests did all the time to these nuns that stepped out of
What
line.
a
Man,
way
this
to
was one of the
be
things.
murdered, man.
And then
Just
they
for
throw them in
nothing.
a,
Imagine the
nothing.
mattresses back then.
And then
'Cause
they
you
get
think
a
of a
line-
mattress
right,
like now.
right.
A
It's
mattress
probably
back
fucking
then.
thin with
Yeah.
tires in it.
I mean, it might have rocks in it.
Yeah.
Who knows,
Right.
man? The fucking.
Moss.
So then they just unceremoniously throw her in this pit, a lime pit that they got in the basement, where they also throw
All the rest of the
bodies
bodies,
of the
Children
dead
or whatever.
babies.
Yeah, okay.
Because these nuns are getting knocked up left
Well,
and right because
They're just raw dogging them.
they're raw dogging them and
And they don't bust
they
their
don't
nuts.
have abortions
Yeah.
and they can't say that they're having a baby. So they go out, they go through the whole pregnancy.
and they-
the baby's born. The priest baptized the baby, and within 3 to 4 hours, they never even wash the blood
Throw it
off
in
the
the pit.
baby.
They throw
The
it
head
into the
fucking
the
nun
baby pit.
squeezes the nose and puts her hand over the fucking
Drowns the
mouth
baby.
until they fucking stop moving and they're dead. Silently, they die silently.
You gotta have
And
a
then they
special
toss
touch
them
for
in the
that.
pit. And they got a pit. in
And then
this-
they get raped all over again after they have the baby.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's a vicious cycle of just.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean-
It is fucking horrible.
Okay, so how big was this place? How many people?
Oh, dude, it's huge.
It was a
It's
huge place?
Yeah, it was like an old hotel, and I'm
See,
talking
what-
a big,
you know what?
fancy
I'm-
motherfucker.
It's not like I'm defending this, but back then, the Christianity was all knowing. Like if you know what I mean. Like these places were from the Crusades.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
held at high regard.
But here's the thing, man. You're confusing Catholicism
Schism
with
with
Christianity.
right.
The true Christians never went around killing people to join the
But
religion.
here's the
Catholics.
deal, though. They started with
Those
the same.
crusades were Catholic.
It was religion, though. It started
Yeah,
from the Bible,
a
so it's all the
satanic
same thing.
Luciferian religion.
No matter what, it was still done in the name of God.
in the name of God, but it wasn't God.
Well, let's put it. I mean, listen, Larry. How many? Okay, which is funny. Do you see a little pattern here with the Catholic Church and doing nefarious things to people?
Well, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it started all the way back then.
You want to hear some really, really nefarious shit?
I mean, I have a feeling you're just going to tell me, even if I say
this
yes
was,
or no.
This
right?
was bad what they did to these girls, man. Really, really was. And
really-
they also did other horrible tortures besides the sex. Okay. They had these torture rooms, and there's this other escaped nun. Her name was Sarah Richardson. And she was afraid to say anything until later she got married and felt like her husband could protect her because she knew that they would come after her and kill her. She was sentenced to 3 days in a torture room, and it was in the bowels of the nunnery. She didn't
love
even
that
know.
word, the
Now, she
bowels.
lived at this nunnery for 22 years, and she didn't even know that these rooms existed. That's how far down and buried they were. She said you
Well-
could live there a lifetime and never know they were there.
Well, that's probably a
Okay?
good thing. You probably want not to see that place.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
she said...
worse shit is
a
going.
sane
It sounds like
asylum.
it literally sounds like here's the top echelon of where you're at. Now you're going to hell.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like this is where hell is at.
Well, listen what they did, bro. they fucking had various machines and instruments of torture. Some of them were holding people confined in, excruciating agony. What they did to this girl was they stuck her on a machine, like kind of an electric chair thing where she was strapped down, feet and hands. And they had an iron plate under her feet. Mm-hmm. And they slowly heat up the iron plate until her feet are fucking basically cooked. I mean, burnt to blisters. And
they really
they
fucked
did this
with people
to her
back
for
then.
20 minutes. And they cooked her feet for 20 minutes.
350 degrees.
On high, yeah. And then they left her for 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, now, while she was in this room all blistered up and shit, there was an old lady on a rack. You know, those old-time racks?
Yeah,
Stretchers.
She said that they were fucking stretching her beyond belief. They could hear her bones crack.
Medieval
and then you
torture.
could see where her joints were separated and the skin was going into the crevices because she was so emaciated from not eating.
God,
she was in this room for 3 days, and this old lady didn't eat or drink anything for these 3 days.
Just got tortured for 3 days.
And same with this other guy that she saw was on another machine. It was a monk. He had heavy fucking weights tied to his feet with a strap going around his chest under his armpits, just pulling him down. And again, this motherfucker didn't eat for these 3 days.
The crazy thing is she's praying to God and these guys are doing it for God.
How did she wind up writing this? Did she survive all this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I would hope so.
She,
Unless they found her diary or something.
How about this? This was the most fucked up one of them all. Okay, this is the last thing about the Catholic priest.
All right.
There was one nun while she was in there. This Richardson girl, Sarah Richardson.
Sounds like a real habit of beating these ladies.
She was told to put her fingers in these holes. There was holes just big enough for the fingers to fit in.
Ooh,
and when the girl
sucks.
put her fingers in there, she said she screamed, excruciating, pulled her fingers out. And all her fucking nails were gone and just blood profusely pouring out of her fingertips.
What was on the other side?
And the girl, they don't even know. The girl's like, I can't even imagine what was on the other side.
Pull
that
your
fucking
fingernails
did
off
this.
that quickly too.
Yeah, some kind of fucking
Devil.
thing.
Some demon they had fucking
And these
locked
fuckers
up
were
down there.
demonic as fuck, man.
And
These
this chick
Catholic
made it
priests
out-
were getting off on, and also
So Catholic priests getting off on sick shit.
Torture.
yeah,
Imagine that.
and
Yeah.
when they jumped on the bed and killed the other nun I was talking about, St. Francis, they were laughing after she was dead. All the head nuns, like the younger ones, were freaking out. And
they had an audience to watch this?
well, because they made like 7 or 8 of the nuns
they
jump
jump
on
up
the
on the
bed.
bed, yeah.
There was like 7 or 8 of them, yeah. So they forced ones that didn't want to be involved. You got to do it too.
Yeah, 'cause you got dirt
so
on 'em now,
that
so-
fucked them up mentally too.
And how'd
you
they get
know?
taken down?
They never did get taken down. When this Maria Monk,
Just fizzled out?
no, they continued on. When this Maria Monk got out and wrote her books and everything, they went out of their way to say that she was. First, they said she was crazy.
Yeah.
Then they said she never existed.
Smear campaign, yeah. Why wouldn't
so
you
they
do
did
that?
all the same shit that they do today.
I mean, the Catholic
Right.
Church has deep pockets. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And
So
we know that they have proclivities for things that are, I mean, what kind of, it's real. Oh, what were you going to say, Larry? She said so. Your closing statement?
no, they just really, really did whatever the fuck they wanted with these girls and with whoever really got in there. And the people in the neighborhood, like they would have guys come forward and vouch for the church and say how great of guys they are. And I know this priest
yeah,
my whole
they're-
life, but they were all Freemasons and people that were.
Well, so they were affiliated in some
Yeah,
sort of way.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because
Nobody was
like,
legit.
But like you were saying, the Catholic Church has really deep pockets.
Yeah.
They've gotten away with so much shit. It's
power.
crazy that, it's crazy that,
She said she got raped the very first night she was there.
well, that's what your story said. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll believe her.
I mean,
but
That's what they do with a slave at
it's
a
like
plantation.
you get
or
these
something.
stories of these women
Same
that
deal.
go to the priest for help and they're in a state of distress
Yeah.
and their wherewithal is not all there, and then the priests take advantage of it.
Yeah.
They take advantage. Isn't it crazy though, this religion, that you can't get married? Isn't that
It is
crazy?
fucked up.
That's so weird. Like it sort of brings out something inside of you.
Well, and
Because
that's
the
all-
priests are notorious for having a good time. We've read stories
Yeah,
about that.
they like to party.
Well, that Catholic dude that the guy OD'd, remember? The cardinal?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was like he OD'd
Yeah.
on poppers or something. Or Viagra, they said, boner
yeah,
pills.
Yeah,
It was Polish priest.
that was great.
Which is
Well,
very
we had a
fun.
busload of other churches boys that day.
Yeah, no, that's fucking crazy.
What's
and they,
that one
They
joke,
still get
Larry?
away with it. Like, look at how many people
boat.
kiss the Pope's ring.
Oh my God! Or touch the Pope's
I mean,
hand.
the Vatican is the big, most corrupt city in the world.
Oh yeah.
Like, they never get fucked with. Nobody
I
will
thought
ever
that's
fuck
what-
with the Vatican.
I always thought that's what part of the JFK assassination was.
What's that?
That he was.
well, they say the Vatican might have had something to do with Lincoln assassination.
Lincoln assassination.
too.
Yeah, just assassinations in
The
general.
Catholic Church is a front for everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It's just it's a pyramid scheme, technically.
That's where I got my fake ID when I was a kid at the church.
Really. That would be funny if you did that, though.
Thank you, Father Nelson.
Yeah, I'm sure you had to do a little bit more kneeling than get that ID.
No, that was the old joke.
A little bit more
Half
praying.
Nelson, full Nelson, Father Nelson.
So sad, and it's just horrible. Because all these stories come up about these priests just having their parents would
Having
just
their
leave
way.
their kids with them.
Yeah.
And they would just have their way with these poor children, man.
Hey, what happened to Jimmy? Oh, we left him with Father O'Brien.
Oh, man. He's going to come back a different
okay.
man now. Yeah, like they got that 1,000-yard stare when they come back from there.
Yeah.
They would send them on camping trips and shit. And nobody would ever believe that the Catholic Church would do something that bad.
Yeah.
Which, you know, because it's all in the name of God. That's how it is. It's like, okay, I understand that there's a difference between being a Christian, a practicing Christian,
And
and
it's
hiding
sad
behind
because the
it.
people that are Catholic, like the followers, they're not evil. They don't know that it's a Luciferian fucking jagoff in charge and that
But
he's a
they're
pervert.
backhanded funding these things too. You know,
But they
They'll
don't know what they're
Well, I
funding.
know that. I'm just saying though.
They
you know,
disguise
fucking,
everything, you know.
And they start passing around the basket.
Yeah, right.
That's what they're funding these guys to keep doing this shit. And they tried to keep it. It's funny that they get sued and they pay what billions of dollars for this shit or
Yeah.
something like that, and they don't even fucking blink an eye. Like we were talking about, kids have been abused in churches, and they don't tear the churches down. Serial
No.
killers' houses, they tear them down.
Yeah.
If anything, they'll take the priest and they'll relocate him. And
Yeah, they
put
do the
another
fucking Kansas
pervert
City
in his
shuffle.
place.
They put him
There
in
you go.
another district with hotter kids with tighter asses.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
Now,
about
these
that. I
kids
just think they want to get him out
Haven't
of there.
seen nothing.
You
They
know?
got that. I swear. There you go.
These kids
It's-
ain't even
it's
been
crazy,
raped
like-
hardly but 5 times each.
Imagine that, just getting away with it. How it just
Ah, man.
fuels
Well, you
like
know what,
your
though?
greed for and your lust for
They're
whatever
not
you
getting
enjoy.
away with it. Maybe they'll get away with it on this earth, man. But there is a God, and that is, and especially
Judgment.
when you do shit in
Look,
His
there's
name.
a special place in hell for those people.
That's right, man.
I mean, now you're becoming a false idol for yourself. Like you're so into yourself that the word of God moves
And that's
you.
it.
and
When you use God's name to do bad things, He really,
you got to get
really
right with
gets
God.
pissed.
That's the thing, man.
God does not
Like,
go for that.
And I know there's a
bullshit.
huge thing about if you repent for your sins on your deathbed, that everything will be absolved.
Yeah, I think that's something we just made up.
Yeah,
just to
listen, there's a
safety
lot
net
made up about
ourselves.
religion. There really is. I mean, you can't tell me. First of all, I wasn't there, so I don't. You know what I mean? I already trust it 50%. And second, there's also multiple versions of this. There's also multiple accounts of things. Like
A lot of
people had
civil-
to
yeah.
people had to believe in something, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole "I made you, you didn't make me."
I mean, they would come into people's
the whole-
land and be
that's
like,
that
"Do you
theory.
believe? Are you Christian? No, kill you." You know,
Yeah.
I
like
made
no,
you
we're
all
Muslim.
right.
All right, you're dead.
Everybody's got their things that they worship, though, and they're all different.
Well,
Well,
some people's drugs, some
But it's
people's
all
money.
one
I used to
underlying
worship
theme,
drugs.
though, of a higher
I
being.
worshipped
Pussy.
alcohol, pussy. I worshipped all that, but the only thing that really will get you into the door is Jesus.
Well,
You know.
I mean, there's only one set of footprints on the beach, Larry. And that's because you guys are
It's 'cause
69.
you were
and
crawling.
It's because he was carrying.
69
Because he
was
was
Jesus.
carrying me at
I
that
saw
time.
some handprints down there too. That must have been when you were on all fours.
All fours. Right?
Yo, you didn't see knee prints though. I had
did.
I had my shins on his shoulders.
Just one line from your dick dragging in the beach. Just one long line.
I think that's funny though. Those posters are always, or those the Jesus things are always funny. Like someone has it, the footsteps.
Footprints.
Yeah.
Or footprint, is it footprints or
Yeah,
footsteps?
footprints.
Or, yeah, it's called
Footprints in the sand. It's called.
Yeah.
I got it. I
Wonder how
got to
much
show
money
off.
that guy made. Off of that.
I got to show off my scarf
Your-
that I fucking.
Your tailor
That
made.
I
Is your
fucking-
autistic? This is Larry's autistic.
No,
corner?
this is just a real quick thing to where I could just show
Did you
that
zip tie it?
I made this scarf double length by taking the fringe on the edges and tying them together. And this motherfucker is long.
Everybody.
He's got long johns on. and
When
shit.
when he walked down the street, they said, "Look at that little so and
Look
so."
at that little fanook.
I like
That guy's
it.
he's got a little sugar in his tank.
I got a lot of
He's
sweetness.
gonna be a clothes designer someday.
Good old sweetness in Boys Town.
So
Here comes sweetness.
I'm at the gate. I'm at the gate at this one company,
Uh-huh.
and the guard's there, and he's just like, I swear, like we just woke him up. He's like, "What? Well, who
Hey,
you?
can I get a beer left?
Who you here
Please
to
don't do
see?"
that.
We're like, "Yeah, we're here to see this guy." Blah blah blah. Okay, hold on. What's your names? Here's our cards. Here's our ID. All right. And he goes, first thing, you got Roberto Girallo. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh man, how could you mess that
I'm
name
like,
up,
yeah,
man?
you got a Roberto Girallo on the. I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. And he's like, I'm like,
Roberto
what?
Girallo.
It reminded me of that time when they were telemarketing you and that lady. Like, hello, we calling for Mr. Sangria.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Not even the same.
Not even.
even
the same.
Mr.
I'm calling for
Sangria.
Mr. Sangria.
So here's something funny. Needle's last name happens to be the name of the first name of a female's name. So we're looking at the cards at Krav Maga, and he sees one girl with the same name as his last name for her first name. And he goes, "Oh, I'll remember this chick's name." And I'm like, "Why? You got a girlfriend with that name or something?" He's like, "Larry, it's my fucking last name, dummy." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, wow."
Like seriously, he's just standing
I don't know.
there.
I've only known
Like
the
this
guy
guy's
for
been
30
eating
years.
styrofoam fucking peanuts all day. Well, we did a podcast, and I'm like, I don't want to get that stoned, so I smoke a little weed. He smokes a whole joint to his head, and once you walk in there, it's like Aurora Borealis. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing in there.
Everybody's
it's just
straight.
bright lights, dude.
The room is empty.
You can hear a pin drop.
It's a kill room, and it's fucking all lit up with fluorescent lights, and everybody in
I mean,
there is
this
as
is the
straight
guy I
as could be.
fucking deal with, man. Doesn't even remember my last name.
Mike. Hi.
Oh man, you guys
So,
are giving
yeah,
up
it
too
was
much
good.
information today. I swear to God.
This is Mike.
It was funny.
It was very funny. Okay, you want to get the gong ready? Because I got a gong heavy.
Is this a special?
No, this isn't it.
section of the
but
show?
we can. This will
I
be.
want to bang.
This is
I
gonna be
want
a
to bang
nice.
the gong, T-Rex.
Yeah, let Steamboat hit the gong.
You can here.
We got to get a. We should have got a fucking. I don't like when we hold it up.
There's
You got to
another
set
seed
it
in
down.
there.
You got the mallet.
Smell that. Look.
See, I know.
Look,
If there's,
look,
I don't
there's
even
another
want.
one.
I know. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna tell the kid.
It's like the
Don't let
force.
it burn, ass
I'm
clown.
gonna tell him what the fuck. What happened to the?
Where's the mallet?
Here it is.
Okay, so move it closer to Steamboat.
I can reach
then.
No, here. I'll move it closer. This is very important. It's very important.
Okay, so you ready?
Yep.
And the gong's even on camera still.
As soon as I get done
Alright.
reading this, you hit it. All right. Japan.
After done. After.
After I read
Okay.
this,
Here we go.
Japan ordered to compensate wartime comfort women. Yeah, hit it harder.
You hit it harder than
I
that.
can.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's do it again.
hard.
Hit
Read
again.
it. Read it with like a Japanese accent. all this time.
Japan ordered to compensate wartime comfort woman.
Whoa.
Welcome to Comfort Woman. Happy time.
It's really hard.
A South Korean court has ordered Japan to compensate a group of women who were forced to work in military brothels during World War II.
Nice.
Isn't that crazy?
For which side? Their side or our
Well,
side?
they probably worked both sides.
You fuck Joe. He too tired to fight.
They worked dicks on both sides.
What's that?
They worked dick on both sides.
I was reading this thing about there was a general in the war, and he would bring ladies of the night to his tent, and that's his last name was Hooker,
No,
Nice.
geez.
and that's how they
how
got the terminology,
hooker.
or they got the term for hooker.
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
I don't know about that.
We'll look it up.
I
Okay,
will.
so 16 women who were kept as sex slaves for Japanese soldiers previously had their case dismissed. Isn't that crazy? There's 16 of them still alive.
Yeah, right. How old are they?
They're
Like
fucking.
80,
I mean,
90.
they've got to be. Yeah, I don't know what exactly the fucking a 95-year-old.
So they're fucking.
Dude, they're in their 95, dude. Isn't that crazy?
swallowing
16 of
all
them,
those
95-year-olds.
loads are
And what's
healthy.
happening with
Got
them
that-
now?
What's that?
What happened with them?
Well, they filed a suit saying because they were held sex slaves. They were forced to work in
Oh.
brothels during the war, the Korean
You
War.
get shanghaied.
Yeah. So what do they want? Money now? Compensation?
I don't know, man. Maybe they want fucking sushi. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
They want money.
You owe me
That's what they
50
want.
ton back sushi
Yeah,
pay.
I want fucking yen,
Yeah.
and I want fucking, what do you call it? Okay, so
Cocaine.
basically,
It's the same in any language.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
they overturned it in 2016, and they dismissed it, citing sovereign immunity. I don't know what that means. Like, that's just a crazy way to say "fuck you." I think.
Well,
You know, you probably have to get my lawyer down here to look at that.
sovereign. Mayor.
So they said in a statement, the court said it recognizes South Korea's jurisdiction over the Japanese government because the women lived in the country and sought compensation for acts deemed unlawful.
Wow.
They probably did get paid. Somewhat.
It is
Probably
crazy
not
the way
much.
that this country works, though. Think about that. Like, we're not compensating you because we were taking care of you.
All right, now hit it again, but not so hard.
Wait, I'm
Okay.
not done yet.
Holy
Okay,
not
keep
doing this
going. I
article.
thought-
What do you mean? I would just. This is when we usually talk.
What is
sucker.
there like
yeah.
a
Okay,
happy
so
ending to this?
many of those kept in military
Yeah.
brothels were from.
Happy ending.
Many of them. We can move
Many
that
a
so you can
happy
hear it.
ending those ladies were involved.
It sounds like an
with.
unhappy ending. Let
For
me tell
them,
you,
but-
definitely. But they lived long, so maybe there's something about that.
Happy ending.
Live long
That's gonna
time.
make noise on your mind.
How
Yeah,
long?
dumbass, it's a microphone. Why are you
Awesome.
tapping it? So then many of those kept in the military brothels were Korean. Others were from mainland China, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Taiwan. So it
Sounds
wasn't just
amazing.
it was just
That was a lot.
a lot of women. Man.
Yeah.
Like we were just talking about with the fucking dude. Wartime brings out the worst in people.
Yeah.
it really does. I mean, these are
like a
some of their
party.
own fucking citizens, man. But I mean, get ready to hit the gong,
Well,
all
they
right?
probably
Alright.
fucking
Japan's
get
foreign minister Yoko Kamikawa
gone.
How's that?
called the
little
ruling
harder.
extremely regrettable and absolutely unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
You get no yen and like it. So basically, this guy's saying that this is bullshit. That the women are that they realize this.
Wow.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah.
Like we were just talking about with the priests and shit. Like it was acceptable, and everybody from the
Yeah.
top to the bottom.
Was involved.
And then the Catholic Church is like, oh, they were an offshoot of us. You know,
Well-
they weren't. We weren't affiliated with them.
Once a perv, always a perv.
Yeah, but dude, there's a difference between that shit, you know what I mean? Like perverts and sexual deviants. Especially,
Right,
you know,
right.
like if you're going through, if you want to watch people get murdered, and then the problem is that it's at your beck and call. So whatever you feel like getting off on at that moment in time, they probably could. They were probably just grabbing women and having their way with them.
Yeah, I bet you they were.
And that was the norm.
Yeah. So they desensitize these women also to it, which is crazy. It's like Stockholm syndrome, sort of.
Where you,
you know, that
fall in
you have
love
to-
with your captor.
Yeah. I mean,
You protect your fucking your person.
because you don't want that to happen to you.
Or your family.
You know what
or
I
your
mean? It's a fucking
younger sister.
Yeah. You don't want to be
Right.
like, oh, well,
Those
you
are
were
all-
great. We're gonna fucking tell your
Those are all
family.
tactics. Here, get
But-
this out of my hand.
And then,
Give me.
and then I wonder.
Shit.
I mean, it's crazy that I wonder the exact numbers of that book you read, Larry. How many people were put into captivity?
Yeah.
Or torture.
It's very sad.
Right.
But yeah. Oh, so yeah. But you know, shout out to Nook Soo and Wong Lee and Dingy McGee. Happy you're gonna get your money, man. I think so.
Pinky Lee, thanks for the blowjob.
Yeah, I mean, It's crazy that they fight it. Like, those countries are not to be fucked with, man. Japan,
Happy
China,
ending.
like, they have their people down on lock.
And they fucking invented the happy ending.
Well, remember when they had those lockdowns and they were fucking barricading people in their own homes?
Yeah.
Like,
That was horrible.
welding shit on the
They were
doors.
screaming to get out.
Containing people. They would be locked in their offices. If someone got COVID, they would lock them all in there.
We had a company. I had this huge order for a lot of money, and it was this like, imagine a skid of piping. A lot of piping, pumps, all this shit.
It's like fucking
And
Mario
it pumps,
Brothers.
It pumps a chemical to at a plant.
Okay.
And they were in Texas, and since we had that cold spell in Texas,
Oh, yeah, when all the power grid went
everybody's
out.
freaked out now, so they want to insulate everything and jacket all the pipe and shit. So
Okay.
the place that we get the shit from is in Vietnam.
Oh, shit.
So
Get some heroin shit back.
we literally waited.
Fill a pipe or
Get
two
that golden
of heroin.
triangle shit.
Well, we literally waited almost 2 years to get these jackets because the Vietnam, after we had COVID, Vietnam had COVID, and they locked their people in the factory.
Oh, man, fuck that.
And you think that they would
And
be
they-
able to pump out more?
You,
shit?
that's what I said, but all incoming shit was
stopped.
stopped. Yeah. So these people were just
Worked
trapped
until their
at
supplies
work
were gone
in the
and then they were
company,
there.
and they, yeah. And it,
And people think we have it bad here. Oh, it's so bad here. Let me tell
Oh,
you,
dude,
man.
it will be.
Huh?
that was
Don't
a
worry.
test. That was a test they threw out for the whole
Yeah.
world. Let's see which
Well,
countries we could just
well,
really
yeah, what
control.
who could we take
and
over? What could we
yeah,
get
what
away with?
problems we have.
How can we manipulate people? All fucking government psyop shit to fucking make you a complete lemming to
And
the
they're
system.
doing it, man.
Huh?
They do it.
They already
too.
did it.
They do
I
it.
mean, they did it on a
lizard-
mass scale. They
lizard
shut the
aliens.
world down.
Huh?
It's the lizard aliens.
The lizard
It's not
aliens,
the Greys.
the lizard people.
Yeah, the Greys are okay, I guess.
Okay.
Well, it depends on who
Big
you
Greys,
ask.
little Greys.
It's
Right.
time for
Exactly.
Fortune Cookie 500.
Oh, fortune cookie 500.
500. Yeah.
Today's Fortune Cookie is a big fortune will descend upon you this year.
Yes, very good.
That's it?
Yeah, a big fortune will
Very
descend
happy.
upon you
Hey,
this
why?
year.
A big fortune, like a big fortune cookie?
What's on the other
Maybe.
side? You will be
No,
aroused
nothing.
by a sensuous shampoo.
It'd be funny, Larry, if you just wrote a couple and just like put them in there.
Okay.
A man who kisses a donkey is an ass lover.
Right. Is a kiss ass.
When my grandfather died, you know, he lived at the house that I grew up at in the city, and you might like this.
Yeah, what's that?
These are the keys that were on his keychain, skeleton keys to get in my old house. This was the front door to get into the apartment building, and this was the fucking key
That's
to
one
the
getting to Larry's
apartment.
back door.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the
got
key
that
to my
extra piece
fucking
in
heart.
It's got that big old notch on
call that the tickler.
it. He tapes them both
Pretty
together.
crazy. Here, you want to check it out?
Okay, so they're skeleton keys today.
Yeah, that's how old the locks were on the
that's
house.
how they
that I
were,
lived in.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Look at how
They
big
are
those
totally
fuckers
different,
are, man.
though.
They're all keyed different.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's,
these
it's
are-
like a
this was the
jigsaw
front
puzzle.
door
Totally
and the door
different.
to the
Yeah,
house.
their keys
Oh,
a
that's
lot
Larry's
different.
autistic corner.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a good one, man. Not too bad. I've seen old keys.
You're a fucking fruit.
I'm a fruit. You're
Mm-hmm.
the Fanuc. Look at that scarf, dude. You look
Hey.
like Spick Jagger.
It takes a real man to fucking wear this scarf.
Spick Jagger. I see what you did there.
My brother told me I look like the homeless Steven Tyler.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's
That
better than
guy,
looking
yeah.
like a homeless
He also has a court
Larry
case
Jones.
pending against him. I mean, transporting miners overstate, and I'm not talking about coal miners.
Is it going this way? I forgot.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it always goes to the right.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, man.
Hey, man.
Hey man, what about me, man?
All right.
So
That was a pretty good one, boys.
Oh, okay.
that's it.
I would like to shout out some people.
Okay.
I'd like to thank God. Thank Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
That we're
Jesus
able to do
Christ.
this. This is pretty cool.
The Holy
is fun,
Spirit.
man.
Very fun time.
We do it for the
Holy
fun of the
Spirit.
fun of the game, man.
I mean, it's so much different than being upstairs talking about bullshit like this in the living room.
Well, we're gonna, it's the same fucking thing. It's a little bit more different now that we have a camera.
Yeah.
It takes a little while to get used to, and we have try not to say stupid shit, but if we have a problem with that.
And the following people: Alex, my nephew, thanks, buddy. No Shirt Nick, Jeff,
shirt on.
Stoney, Bobby, Frankie the Beard, Kiki, my dad,
Big Joe.
Groucho,
Stupid
Chris,
puppet.
Matt,
Hope you feel
Ross,
better, Bubs. Matt, you're still gay.
Dave, Zodiac, Mr. X,
Shout out
Mary,
Mr. X.
Sherry,
Love you,
Jay,
Sherry. Want to wrestle you, Jay?
Chrissy, Becky, Tiffany, Crypto Beach, Swordhog,
Oh, yeah.
Harmy, Helena,
Cats.
and Tom's Free Clinic
Tom's Free
Automotive.
Clinic. I've never heard about this place. What
Yeah,
is this, Larry, that you
Tom's Free
speak of?
Clinic.
You ever heard of this place?
Tom's Free Clinic Automotive and Veterinarian Services.
Yeah.
They do it all.
If your
I'll give
cheeks
it-
are squeaking and your wiener is leaking.
I'll give a shout out to
Call
Nina
Tom's
who
Free
let me
Clinic.
come here tonight.
What's that?
I said I'll give a shout out to Nina who let me come here tonight.
Yeah, because you'll get beat up.
As soon as I
she's
get
gonna,
home.
She's going to go home and smell your breath and
All
smell
right,
your
now that
fingers.
it's the end
What
of
were
the,
you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you talking about how you like to kiss dudes
now that
again?
it's the end
Japanese
of the episode,
hookers,
let's talk shit about Nino.
No, let's not do that because we don't want him to get domestically abused tonight.
And then she'll become a superstar.
And then you have to have a black eye. She's like Ike Turner to your Tina.
Yeah. Or I'll be like you and
She
have
did-
2 black eyes.
You had dinner late
Give me
twice.
that joint, man.
Oh yeah, you put it out. What the hell?
What are you
Rested
doing?
it down. Nobody was
No,
asking
shout out
for
Nina
it.
for letting Steamboat come out tonight.
Right. No, back.
Now we're
Diddy
going
Mao.
we're gonna go get hookers
Talking
after
about
this.
Japanese. Diddy Mao. Now back in your pit.
That's fine though.
Georgie was telling me about when you guys went and got some toots one night after a Team Rocket gig.
About
Yeah.
who?
You and
About me?
yeah,
Really?
I think he said you guys went. And,
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, George. Because I don't remember that.
I was
One
like, that
time
sounds
this girl-
about right.
Yeah.
This girl was stalking George, and George heard something in the backyard, so we go out there, and he brings his gun, and all of a sudden we hear this really big snap, like on a branch, something big snapped.
Yeah,
And,
George like them big
And
girls.
George is like, no, he's like, all right, who the fuck is there? I got my gun. And all of a sudden this chick stands up. Okay, it's me. It's me. I was just, I
She's
didn't.
hiding in the
You
bushes.
said you were hanging out with Robert, but I didn't believe you.
Oh,
And him and I are out there, yeah.
What kind of relationship is that? You're hiding in
Oh,
the
a
fucking
dangerous
bush.
one. All
Yeah.
right, it's me. It's me. She gets up. We're like, holy fuck.
Picking them good, George. Love
Sure.
a good story.
George,
Oh,
George is crazy as it is.
yeah, very funny.
All right, I got my gun. He's like, not afraid. I'll shoot your ass.
All right, ready to close out?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a wonderful episode. I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yeah,
and
thank you
tuned
very
in.
much if you watch, if you listen, follow, like, subscribe. Check out our YouTube page.
And also
And,
check out
well,
Catachronic.
That's it. Peace,
Yeah,
love,
and
and
check
thanks.
out Catachronic. That's the band that me and Bobby
Every
are in.
plan.
That's all over the wherever you hear music, on the internet. Catachronic. We
Needles
got a
has
few
invested-
kick-ass
Needles
albums.
has vested
25% I get.
25% for.
Naming rights.
Yeah,
So we're all in it.
I have
We're
a
all
stake of
involved.
propriety in this.
that's right.
All right.
Peace.
Larry and Needle Show.